Hey GH peeps, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things General Hospital. Today's late night review is for Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday, y'all, and I didn't get no tacos. I forgot, dang it, I forgot. It is January 16th, 2024. First, I want to say, hey, new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I hope I earn your subscription. I hope you don't run away screaming. Thank you, current subscribers, for hanging tough with me, for not running away, for sticking strong. I mean, guys, we're going on 4 or 5 months, I think. And this is going pretty well. It's going pretty smooth. Thank you always for the comments. In fact, I think I need to check some comments because I do really appreciate you guys' comments. I like the community talking back and forth. That means everything to me. And if you haven't already, hit that like button or hit that subscribe button. However, wherever the buttons are. Hit them for me. It means a lot to me and I really, really would appreciate it. But anywho, how was GH for you guys? Any, what the fuck? Oh my goodness, no she didn't. Yes, there was a lot of that. There was a lot and a lot and a lot of that. Please leave your highlights in the comment section. Love to hear your guys' highlights. My highlights, let's see. I'm not gonna mention action because that'll get me too involved and I'll forget about telling the story. But I'm just gonna mention some character names, some actor names. Esme and Trina. Beautifully done. Tabiana, I loved it. Oh my goodness. What else? Sunny and Nina and Cyrus. I like Nina and Cyrus. One of my other peeps said something about it too. Yes. I mean, I'm not saying I want them together, even though I wouldn't, but I like how Cynthia, our Nina character, is not afraid of Cyrus. She is all up in his face, honey. She ain't afraid. I like that. She's a high-risk. What can we say? The Nina and the Sunny and Nina. And I really did like how Joss, the other Joss. I didn't like the storyline. I don't like, it's just, yeah. Anyway, but I know it's a real situation that happens in the real world. And I know General Hospital is really big at bringing real world situations and topics into the soap world. So so far so good. I just, they say sneak preview say that the father of Adam's coming up. So this should be interesting. But anyway, let's talk about some General Hospital, shall we? Let's just go ahead and knock it out and talk about the good old GH. So we're at the hospital, and Dex has the syringe of not love, and he's about to plunge it into Cyrus's IV. When Sunny starts to tap on that window, and he's like, and as Dex is taking the syringe out, Cyrus grabs his hand, talking about, what was you about to do to me? Which was a good question, but I think we already know. Sunny walks in shortly, like, as that's all happening, and he's trying to play it off like, hey, can I have a moment with Cyrus Renault? And Dex looks over to Cyrus. He's like, are you okay with this, Mr. Renault? And he's like, yeah, I was actually Mr. Corinto has positively provincial timing, as I have news that will uplift his spirits. So he's like, yeah, man, whatever. Dex gets out of there, and he's like, yeah, man, whatever. I don't want to hear all this. You can miss me with all the Mr. Corinthos and all that. Just tell me what you want. Meanwhile, we got Nina. And she sees Dex in the hallway in the hospital, and she's like, wait a minute. Why are you dressed like that? Is Sunny here? What's he doing? And she's about to run past Dex, and Dex is like, sorry. Can't go. No enter for you. And then we go back to Cyrus, and he's talking about, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint, I'm a something cowboy. Play my music in the sun. I like that song, but I can't remember it, so I'm not going to even try to do it. But he says, I'm a sinner, and I have begged for forgiveness from God every day. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to make it to heaven. And I'm like, well, Cyrus, probably it's because you're full of shit and you're really not changing your ways. But, you know, who am I to judge? Moving along. And Sonny's crazy ass is like, TikTok, come on, get to the point. And he says, and waiting. Oh, Cyrus, Sonny's like, come on, waiting for the wind up point. Get to the point. Well, I feel like living a penitent life and atoning for my sins and accepting my punishment. So Cyrus is like, okay, I'm not going to make it to heaven, but I'm just going to keep being repentant, until, and accept my punishment for life, I guess. He's going to be penitent for life. And Sonny's rude ass is like, tick-tock, tick-tock. Because he ain't trying to hear what Cyrus is trying to say. Shit. And Cyrus is like, look, long story short, man, you don't need to send anyone else to kill me. I'm not pressing charges. Case closed. And Sonny brings up a state law, because, all criminals know their state law. State law of New York says that we don't need a defendant to press charges, so the DA can still press charges. And Cyrus is like, not if the defendant says that I'm the one who antagonized the beating. I'm like, oh, Cyrus, see, you know what? This tells you that Cyrus plays the long game, that he plays chess, not checkers. This man plays chess. Because what does he say? He says, oh, well, I'm going to tell him, that I went up into the church, that you were there seeking God and in communion, and I was antagonistic, and I showed you hostility, and I sinned against you. And Sonny's like, this is true. And I'm like, actually, isn't he telling? Because even though Cyrus was like egging Sonny along, we all know Cyrus was egging Sonny along. But isn't that what Cyrus was saying? Isn't that kind of he was describing Sonny? I provoked you, maybe even out of malice. Malice, yep. I found you at the church where you were doing communion with God, and I came upon you with hostility, bitterness, and then I sinned against you. And Sonny's like, you're not the average person. I know there's something that you want in return. And Cyrus says, my life. I don't want nobody coming in here with the magic juice trying to kill me, okay? Or walking down the street and somebody tries to unalive me. That's basically what he's saying. Because he knows that Sonny can get him at any time. Sonny doesn't believe a word Cyrus is shoveling. And Cy tells him, well, someone else also convinced him that he should not flip the dime on Sonny. And Sonny's like, who? Who told you that? He's like, come on, man, I can't tell you. I got to keep my word. That's the only thing I have left. Meanwhile, Nina is begging Dex to let her go in there and talk to Sonny and whatever. And she's telling him, ever since you found out what I did to him, he hasn't been thinking clearly. Duh. And if anything happens to him, and then Dex, he's trying to play the cold, cool role. If Sonny wants you to know what's going on, Sonny will let you know what's going on. Yes. That Dex trying to play hard just be cracking me up. And she's like, and then he does soften when he sees her face, and he's like, I'm sorry that these are the way things are. And Nina's like, me too, but I ain't gonna give up. I ain't gonna never ever give up, cause he's my man and I love him. Meanwhile, I'm screaming and stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Dex and Sonny meet to discuss the kill order in the elevator. Dex has dropped the syringe in the trash can, and all I keep thinking is, okay, so I work in and out of a hospital. We have those little red bins there for a reason, so you can drop the syringes in there. What if some cleaner person comes and picks up that trash? Psh, they just gonna be dead on arrival. Ain't nobody gonna even know what happened. Nobody thinks about these things. He killing the cleaning person. Anyway, so Sonny tells, Sonny still feels like Cy is poison, and they've definitely got to deal with him. Sonny tells Dex that someone's convinced Cy not to testify, and he wants to know who it is. And Dex doesn't say it, but his head shows it, and Sonny looks over across the hall and sees Nina on the phone making a business transaction. Sonny, next thing we know, Sonny's up in Nina's face, and he's like, he asked Nina, what did she do, and what did she bargain with Cyrus? And Nina's like, nothing that I won't miss. Your freedom is more important. What made you think making a deal with the devil was a good idea? Because I married the devil, and it's okay. No, that's not what she said, and that's not what he said, and I'm being over dramatic. What was I at? What made you think that it was a good idea? Because you got into a fight. Because I caused it. Because you attacked Cyrus because you were upset with me. Because I caused all of this trouble and everything's falling apart. And if I would change it, I would. But I can't. So this is what I'm going to do. This is the only thing I can do. I have to clean up the mess I made. And then Sonny tells her, point blank, with no kind of love in his tone, next time you get that way again, don't. Sonny. When she said that, Sonny. But I have to. Look, this is my life. Stay away from my business. And you know what? And me, stay away from me, damn it. With the ring on his finger, walking away. I'm like, okay, Sonny, you ain't making no sense. Stay away from me and throw the ring on her finger and then hit her up with divorce papers would be more just, but Nina's not going to stop. We all know how Nina gets when Nina falls in love. Anywho. So basically, Meanwhile, Nina goes back and tells Cyrus that she didn't got this full airtime for either a radio station or a TV station so he could spread the word, the good news. And I'm sitting here like, oh shit, Cyrus is about to start a cult. He gonna have little henchmen on the streets like he had in jail. And Cyrus is like, praise the Lord. And I'm like, But I'm here for the juice. I'm here for the juice. I'm glad that they're not just making this story simplified, but they're going to drag it out this way. This is how you drag out the story. You add stuff to the story to make it be like. So we all know Cyrus, how he was running that prison, how he had all those people. Now he going to have his voice on the radio station messing and manipulating minds. Should be interesting. I'm surprised that they're going to the cult thing again, but I guess this is different. So Sonny is impressed with Dex, and he can knows that he can count on him. And Dex asks him point blank, so what are we gonna do about Cyrus? Because Dex is like, I got the cold stare now. I was gonna do it, boss. I was gonna take him out. And Sonny gives a cryptic, I was like, okay, this might not be Smite, though. This might be still Sonny. Sonny's like, well, what we going to do about Cyrus is that I'm going to make him wish that I didn't stop you from putting that poison in his IV. He's going to make the miserable bastard suffer. Badly, sounds like. I don't know how he's going to do that when Cyrus is going to be preaching the good news on a radio station. I feel like, if anything, Sonny's going to make himself look even more wicked and cause himself to be even more ostracized. But we shall see. I'm for it. It's juicy. Let's get it going. And I wonder how this Jason thing's gonna play into that. But anywho, we're back. We're still at the hospital. And I'm not gonna stay too long on this story about the Josh and Adam story, because it was well done, well written. I will say that Josh giving all Finn that information was well needed. It was in order for them to figure out what all he took, and even when Finn was still not sure of what he took, he ordered a procedure, and I think it's called I wrote it down. Gastric lavage, and the nurse that's in the room says, "Well, don't we have to get another doctor to sign off on that?" And then Finn's like, "We don't have time," and Liz is like, "He can do it. He knows what he's doing." Liz, shut your ass down. See, this girl, you know what though? If you ever want a woman, you get you a Liz. She will have your back regardless if you got somebody locked in the closet, locked in the attic, beat up in the cave. Liz is gonna be there. She a down chick. I'm gonna say that. Okay. But Josh does tell Liz that, he was on ADHD medication and he's not really a drinker. He's only drank that one time at New Year's Eve. But she does, she tells Liz all they need to know, but Finn does decide to go ahead and do that procedure, and they save the young man's life. And the caveat of this story is that Josh is really concerned about how Adam is going to respond when he knows that his parents know what happened. Because he's 18, he's not a minor. Why are we calling his parents? That's what Josh is saying to Finn. And Finn's like, because those are his emergency contacts. Those are the people that are in charge if he's unconscious. He's not married. He has he has nobody else. We have to legally, the hospital is required to call a family member if you show up. Unless we don't have any information on you, and then we try to wait for you to wake up. But since he's unconscious and he cannot speak for himself, they have to call his family. And Josh is like, Adam is never gonna forgive me. Adam's never gonna forgive me. No, and Carly comes up because Willow calls Carly and is like, hey, you need to get up here. Josh needs you. And she comes up and everybody's trying to let Josh know that you saved this boy's life. You called the ambulance when he passed out. Right away, you gave the ambulance the medication. You broke down to everybody, Finn and Liz, all the information. You saved this boy's life. But she is so hung up on the fact that Adam's going to be mad at her because now his parents know. And I'm looking at her like, is that really? And I felt like that's what Carly was trying to tell her. Like, that's the least of your concerns. This boy is crying out for help. He committed suicide, honey. This is serious. And I liked how Carly had to no, Josh, you need to understand that this is a serious thing. He was seriously crying out for help. His parents have to do something. And then they show this scene of Finn and Willow and Liz talking. They're like, Finn's like, well, maybe now the parents can see this as a cry of help and really get some help for the boy. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be wrong, but wasn't there a scene when he was talking to his parents, and his parents was like, well, you know what, maybe you should just come back home and, and get some help, and, we can figure some things out. And I don't know. I gotta see what Dad is talking about, because I know there's always two sides to the story, and I could be wrong. Their parents really could be, he could be really internalizing them being pieces of shit. Or he could just be over, a child that has a lot of mental health issues already, and the stimulation that they're providing to him is just too much. And I don't know. We got to see, because my daughter used to cry wolf all the time, calling my mom on me. Oh my God, she's trying to ruin my life and control me. All because I want her to go to sleep so she could take her damn test in the morning and not be tired. So I'm not making light of Adam's situation. And I'm pretty sure they're going to play it up that the parents are dicks. We shall see. Either or, they both did excellent. Well, Adam really didn't do too much. But everybody did a really great job. And it was a beautiful scene. And it sounds like Josh might need some talking some help too, because she's internalizing this too much, and that's not a healthy thing for her to be doing. We're going to move on over to the courthouse. Trina and Esme. Cool, collected Trina. You must be relieved. Yeah, have you seen Spencer? That's Esme. Nope, haven't seen them. But it looks like you didn't need Ace here to sway the judge. You must be thrilled. And when she said that, I was like, oh, so Trina was reading my mind. So Tatiana was reading my mind. Because I'm looking at her when she's asking, when she was asking Spencer to bring Ace. I was like, she just trying to get the judge's heart. Just be like, you see, I got his son. He needs me. Why? I have to be there for him. And Trina read that motherfucker for filth. Love me some Trina, baby. Yes, indeed. And then Esme's like, well, you must be disappointed. And before she can get anything out, Trina's like, please don't presume you know anything about about me. Please don't presume you know me, bitch. Please don't presume it. Guys, I'm telling you, this was my highlight moment, this whole entire conversation. Come on. And then Esme's like, well, come on, if I was you, I would have. And Trina's like, you know what? I was raised right. I was raised to respect, what the right and the wrongs. And Esme's like, well, I wasn't raised at all. And I'm like, yeah, you weren't. But then I started thinking, what about her nanny? Her nanny seemed like she was really caring and loving, like she was a guiding force in Esme. So we're not going to account for her. She didn't make a change or dent in Esme's life. I mean, who are these people that were so cruel to Esme? And should we really believe that? Anywho, and I think they were trying to make a story about her killing her adopted parents, but they let that, that story got tanked, and I hate that they did that. I'm not going to say they was making it, but it had me thinking they was. Point is, Trina continues, point is, I believe in the justice system. And Trina was like, look, I didn't want you to go to jail for a petty ass breaking and entry. Now, you should go to jail for what you did to me, Joss, and Cam. Oh, yes, you should. But this petty entry, no. That would not have been justice served. And she pointed out that she had broke multiple laws and multiple crimes. And it would only be fair for her to face time for that. And then she adds, as much as I dislike you, I agreed with the judge. And I'm about to be living my life. And I'm about to be living my life. Lifting my head held high in Paris. I don't want my justified anger holding me back. I was like, whoever wrote this dialogue was killing it. And how Trina just maintained her poise. She didn't, she did a little bit, but voice never changed at all. She just smiled pleasantly while she was delivering the killing blows. Congrats. And then Esme's like, congrats, that's an amazing opportunity. But won't Spencer's really going to miss you like crazy? And then Trina's like, yes, he might. And then she smiles, if he wasn't coming with me. And Esme's look on her face. I'm going to tell you right now, if nobody knew that was the real Esme, everybody should have known that was the real Esme right there. Because she was giving up all kind of grief. She can't hold it together for nothing. Because she's like, what? Wait, what? Spencer? He's going to abandon his brother? And I'm like, it's his brother. And Trina's like, you moved out. You made the decision that Spencer would see less of him. So I see this as a great opportunity. And Esme's like, for you? And what about... Oh, she said, yeah, so Esme said this, and Trina said, this is a great opportunity, and then Esme fires back, for you. And she's like, I didn't want I didn't want Spencer to leave the country. And then she tries to tell Trina that she's selfish. And I'm sitting here like, this is his brother, not his father. And then she's like, I mean, and Ace has been looking at and she doesn't really understand the difference between father and brother. I just said it's to understand. I can't believe. What about me? What about Ace? What about me? And Trina's like, what about you? When she said that, it was like Trina was just in there, When she says, what about Ace? What about me? Trina was like, and stepped up to her, what about you? I was like, ooh. And I was glad she didn't do no blows, because I don't want Trina, I don't want Esme trying to put my girl in jail for hitting her dumbass. And where was I at? And then she says, what about Granny? And Trina's like, she got her own life. What are you talking about? She was gone looking after Nicholas. She'll be fine. And Esme's like, well, look, I am Ace's mom, and I thought Spencer wanted to be part of Ace's life. And Trina's like, Spencer's only giving you the space you wanted. He will always be part of his life. I wanted space, not his brother living in another continent. It's not like we're never coming back. We're only going to be gone for one semester. And I'm sitting here like, why are we even having this discussion? You sound like you have attachment issues for real. I mean, where's this coming from? He's not the kid's father. Y'all have no connection towards each other. It was weird to me. Oh my gosh! But I loved Trina's delivery. And Esme's like, but what if you fall in love with Paris and you never come back, and Spencer just spends his life, doing whatever he wants, and he just completely, totally forgets about Ace? It's his brother. What are you talking about? This girl was she was just, you could tell she was needy. How she was using those whack-ass excuses. Where am I at? Am I still talking about them? And Trina lets her know, says, this is a good chance for you to finally prove that you alone can parent Ace. Spencer has done a lot, but it is time for him to take a step back. And you made that point also when you moved out. So am I supposed to thank you now? Like, is this a favor? I was like, she sound like a bitter baby mama. Did she sound like a bitter baby mama to y'all? Come on, leave your comments in there. You know Esme sounded like a bitter baby mama. Oh my goodness. I would have thought they had kids together. Girl. And then Trina lets her know, you can think however you want, but I want you to know, not for 1 second did we question your ability as a mom. We were only thinking about Ace. But know this, Spencer and me never, ever, ever think about you. So congrats, Esme. You got what you wanted. I was like, oh, Trina. Yes, girl, yes. But we all know it's about to be fire and brimstone. And why is that? Well, because currently at Laura's penthouse, we got Nicholas trying to convince Spence to leave, and they all of them leave together. Spence, Ace, all of them leave together, and Spence is like, I ain't leaving. I have a life here. Trina is here. My grandmother is here. My Aunt Alexis is here. This is my home. This is my life. I'm going to walk back to what he said. I have a life here. Trina is here. And I was like, I just love them too. And guys, I know Chavez is going to be leaving to go film that Netflix special. And I think he's going to be real good in it, because he has been given some great acting in the soap world. My concern with that is him not coming back. I know he most likely won't. Who would blame him? He's going to have a seed of opportunities that's going to be thrown at him as soon as he does this Netflix shot, if he doesn't already. I just feel bad because they finally, him and Taviana finally seem like they're really getting used to each other, and their kissing scenes and their intimate scenes and their hugging scenes. It's just starting to seem way more natural. And she's going to have to build this chemistry up with a whole new character. And that's even if we get her back. Because I don't know about her contract. I just, they are just beautiful together. And I think GH did a really good job of building their love story. But here we go. I digress. Let's talk about it. So, yeah, so like he said, he's not leaving. He's got his family here. And he's not going to run away and abandon everyone to go on a run with him. And he's like, what are you talking about? and Nicholas is like, I know I'm asking a lot. And Spencer's like, yeah, you are asking for everything. And Nicholas is like, well, this is the only option for us. And Spencer's like, no, this is the only option for you. And he's right. He's right. This is the only option for you. And Ace ain't going nowhere either. So he said, not only am I not going anywhere, Ace ain't going nowhere either. You have to, and then Nicholas is like, you have to trust me. But and then Spencer's like, but I don't. And I'm like, he shouldn't. Why should he trust you, Nick? Because you came in there started crying and giving your heart out? Yes, I could hear that. Yes, Dad, yeah, but... guys, I'm conflicted. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole entire letting Nicholas take the baby. Do y'all think Spence should have done that? Do y'all think Spence should have let Esme keep the baby? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, because I'm really conflicted. I can't stand Esme, and I do think eventually something's bad going to happen. I don't think she would purposely hurt Ace, but I think her self-destructive methods and trying to get back at Trina and Spencer, because that's going to happen, would eventually put Ace in a precarious situation, like when she broke into Windermere. A precarious situation, like when she broke into Windermere. I would think her choices are because she can't let go is what could cause Ace harm later. But you guys let me know what y'all think about that. But I was like, ooh, this is going to be a hard one, taking a kid from a mom. Even if it is Ace, even if it is Esme. And then Nick says, don't you realize your brother is in danger? Don't you realize your brother is in danger if he stays? And Spencer's like, why would you say that? As long as Ace is with Esme, he's not safe. And Spencer's like, but Ez is a very good mother for Ace. And Nick's like, nah, she's just playing the part, showing people what they want to see. She's the same viper that caused all this destruction in our family. And Spencer reminds his father, I know you haven't been here for a while, but this version of Esme actually loves her son. Whatever love Esme has for Ace is outweighed by her curiosity to find her old self. Why else do you think she broke into Windermere? And that's where I was saying, I feel like that would be how she would end up getting Ace into a bad situation. Is not that Windermere stuff, but going after Trina and Spencer. She could definitely blow her chances of keeping her son. How do you know about that? Oh, yeah, because Spencer's like, well, how do you know about that? And Nick tells her, I told you I have my eye on things. And you and me both know better. Nick brings up the possibility of Esme running away with Ace or doing even something worse. And yeah, that was always one of the things that was Spencer's concerns was Esme running away with Ace. And I'm guessing that something else would be to cause harm and her and Esme. Because she did. Nicholas, she did jump off the parapet with the baby in her belly. So she has not made great choices when she was pregnant and she was Esme. So I could see, yeah, it's just going to cause problems. It's going to be such juicy messiness. It's going to be insane. But anyway, Spencer brings up that Esme may be going to prison So this will give Nicholas a chance to work out his legal woes. Then he gets the call from Laura. And Laura, of course, tells him that Esme only got 6 months probation and no jail time. And Spencer's like, I don't understand. How is that possible? And Nicholas reminds him, because it was a petty crime. She didn't go to jail for what she did to Trina or Josh or Cam. They weren't going to give her no time for that. So we got to make a move, Spencer. We have to do this now. We have to save your brother. And Spencer lets him know, because Spencer does cave in and says yes, tells him the bag's in the room. He's going to go grab the bag. And he tells him, if you hurt him or you abandon him, I will come after you. And Nick's like, come with us. And he's like, I can't go with you. But you take care of my brother. And Nicholas is like, I promise you I will. And one day we'll come back. I was just like, okay, so I'm going to wrap that up. That was the end of General Hospital today, guys. And y'all let me know what y'all think about in the comment section. Do y'all think it was a smart idea for Nicholas do y'all think it was a smart idea for Spencer to take Nicholas? Do you agree with Joss that she shouldn't tell Adam's parents? What do y'all think about that? What do you think about the Trina and the Esme conversation? Do you think she should have told Trina? You think Trina should have told Esme she was leaving to Paris? And what was the other one? Well, you know what, guys? We don't need to talk about Sonny and Nina. Only, do y'all think Sonny is back, or do you think he's still mixed with the little Mike? Y'all let me know in the comment sections. As always, please like and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. You guys are amazing, and I really do appreciate you. Once again, welcome new subscribers. Have a good night, guys. Smoochies. Mwah.